Hey guys, real quick, only 40% of our viewers are actually subscribed, so let's change that right now. Hit that subscribe button right below. Last ones, Jacksonville Jaguars at the Las Vegas Raiders, Sunday at 4:05. Again, these two games are the ones that are in the 4 o'clock window against Chiefs Bills, which we talked about 2 hours ago. Jags Raiders, Jags favored by 3. They're 4-3, coming off their bye, going up against the Raiders at 2-5, coming off their bye as well. Football game, discuss.
Nice.
I didn't set that up well.
Smooth setup.
They did both have a bye. I was pretty much off the top of my head trying to remember that. I was right, though.
You were right.
I was absolutely right. I'll start with this. There's some rumblings coming out of Jacksonville that Travis Hunter is the old wide receiver 1 coming out now. So last time.
What does that mean?
Whatever that means. It's like, it's fantasy football talk, but rumblings that they're going to feature him more, target him more. The last time we saw the Jags was against the Rams, was in London. It was Hunter's best statistical game. It's tough to really glean anything from that because they were so out of sync offensively, and his long touchdown was more garbage timey. They were down 4 scores at that point.
Right.
But 14 targets, 8 catches for Hunter. There are rumblings that he's going to be featured more in the second half of the season here as part of that offense.
I mean, he should be, and they should be using him out wide more as well.
Agreed.
And I mean, coming into the season, we expected, like when they drafted him, it would be Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter as their 1-2 wide receivers. And instead it's like, no, Travis Hunter has been pegged as this slot-only guy, and Parker Washington's the guy with the monster role on the outside.
Nothing against Parker Washington, by the way.
But he shouldn't be the second receiver in that trio. I mean, that's the point. So whatever about what this is doing to Brian Thomas Jr.'s role within the offense, like those two should be the top 2 receivers in terms of however you want to designate that. Both guys playing outside, the top 2 players in terms of yards, targets, touchdowns, whatever. Yeah, like obviously that should be the way things are going.
Trevor Lawrence has the lowest everything since his rookie season.
The lowest everything.
Every key number for Trevor Lawrence, yards per attempt, passer rating, whatever you want to look at, lowest since the Urban Meyer year.
The Jags fans are going to hate that.
I'm just telling you.
They get so upset when
These
you
are
start
just
saying anything negative about Trevor Lawrence.
These are just the facts. I'm a Trevor Lawrence fan. Like, I think there's a lot in there. But there was the question for Lawrence for me was always a good to great thing. I think he's good. Can he ever get to great? Right?
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Sure. I mean, that's where his ceiling. It's such a weird quarterback discussion because the level was different coming into the NFL. Like, he was talked about as the pantheon of quarterbacks in the last 30 years, being Peyton Manning, Andrew Luck, who's the other guy I'm missing?
John
Elway, like going back to the 80s, right? Those are the 3, the perfect prospects to come in. And Lawrence was the next guy in that category. So whatever about everyone, like every year there's a generational quarterback. I mean, that was genuinely generational. 2012, 1998, 84, or 83 or whatever it is. That's actual generations between each one of those guys. And he was talked about in that category. And nothing about his career so far has suggested he belonged in that group. And then you get to what can he become? And does his career start to look a bit like Andrew Luck, who, remember, quite a lot of Andrew Luck's career didn't really look in that category either. And then late in his career, he really put it all together and he looked fantastic. So does his career start to look like that, where there's a few years where it's good, not great, and then we finally put it all together and we become great. Now I'm just like, all right, you got the $55 million a year, but are you even going to be good?
He's been good-ish for most of his career. The second half of 22, he was fantastic. It landed in that season was good. 23 and 24 before injuries hurt him in both seasons. I thought he was good. The question was, okay, was there that next step? I always made that Luck comparison.
Yeah.
And I thought a lot of the advanced numbers would show, Luck was good. If you adjusted for situation, Luck was probably better than good. If you think about O-line questions, the way the system was built around Andrew Luck's talents, There was not a lot of those easy buttons that I talk about for luck. And then when they finally gave him like a little bit more favorable system, he put up, some elite advanced numbers. That was luck. So I was always wondering if that was where Lawrence was going to go. I think it's been a slow start in Liam Cohen's offense. Just simple numbers like completing under 60% of your passes in today's NFL and averaging 6.3 yards per attempt. Having a passer rating of 80.
Basically every number.
Yes.
You can't find a number that doesn't make
those
Trevor
are all,
Lawrence look below average this season.
Those are all bottom of the league numbers.
Right.
At the same time, he throws an absolute dot in a comeback attempt against the Chiefs, right? To win, to help win that game.
We're talking about Bryce Young having a relatively disappointing season given what he did last year and what we expected of him this year. And he's got 2 more touchdowns than Trevor Lawrence with the same number of interceptions, and he's missed time.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence has had a unquestionably, inarguably disappointing season with any number. He's like 26th in terms of EPA. He's, I think, 30-something in terms of CPOE, your favorite stat.
Let me tell you what else is true.
Almost dead-ass last in that.
Here's what's affecting that, though, too. Drop rate.
Yes.
One of the worst drop rates in the NFL. That's all true. I hear you, Jags fans. I hear you. So both things are true. I think Lawrence himself is underperforming my expectations, certainly. I mean, if he's performing to your expectations, you let me know. I'm curious. Underperforming my expectations, as are the receivers. Brian Thomas Jr., massive disappointment.
Huge.
Both of those guys, not on the same page. When they're on the same page, he's dropping passes. It's not great, other than a couple throws. And then Travis Hunter, want to see more from him. I know Parker Washington, I think he's had some great flashes. He had a couple key drops in there as well through the first 7 weeks of the year. All that to be said, I still spin that as a positive for the Jags and say I think there's better Lawrence play as he gets more comfortable within the system. See if that's a factor. Brian Thomas Jr. should be better, and if they lean into Travis Hunter's skill set more, I think there's more there as well. So I would almost spin this as a positive and say, I'm overall disappointed in Lawrence that he hasn't taken this next step. But if you told me in the second half of the year he's going to have a good finish, I also wouldn't be surprised.
The Brian Thomas Jr. thing is bizarre. He has been so bad this year relative to expectations. I do not really understand what's going on with him to the point where I think he might have entered the Marvin Harrison Jr. world of I don't know if his confidence is just completely shot at this point and he needs some kind of game where he just goes off just to get himself back on track. But him and Trevor Lawrence have not had any chemistry from day one. From the moment Thomas came into the NFL, even though Thomas was really productive, they were remarkably on different pages. One guy was consistently letting the other down, whether it's drops, whether it was overthrows, misses on deep balls, whatever. This year it got even worse, and they're nowhere near being in sync. It's bizarre for a guy that talented how unable to get him involved they are.
I think they were mostly good last year, though.
But even last year, there was so much where it's you could put a highlight reel together of just plays where Trevor Lawrence didn't hit Brian Thomas Jr. that would have given him 500 more yards.
My nitpick on Lawrence last year was the good to great thing. Lawrence is fine. I thought he started off slow last year actually too, and then he did get better. So that also could coincide with this season. We'll see. But yeah, he definitely missed an open Brian Thomas Jr. a lot down the field last year. I agree. So anyway, that's my thoughts on the Jags. Raiders. They had a bye after that shellacking against the Chiefs, one of the more one-sided games in this century. And so, question in the Raiders, I think what's going to be tough to predict about them is we thought they'd be better this year. They came out, had a decent week 1, and have been awful ever since. Does the break work? Where's the old Ken Wisenhunt stat? So Pete Carroll is undefeated when he's got more than 7 days of preparation this year. Now you're coming off the bye.
So for the Raiders, 2 big things. Number one, theoretically, you're getting Brock Bowers back healthy.
That is a big
He's
factor.
Definitely playing. We'll see if he's healthy because the last time he was playing, he wasn't healthy.
Some people's offensive rookie of the year last year.
Indeed. Voters, Associated Press voters. Voter gave him rookie of the year. Yes. An individual Associated Press voter had him as rookie of the year. Others thought about it. Apparently, didn't go that route.
Yeah. Others may have hung you out to dry.
Others told me after the fact they thought about it, but didn't end up going that way. Anyway, he's he's huge. He's their number one receiver. I mean, let's put it in those terms. They are getting their number one receiver back, even though he's a tight end. That should be absolutely massive for them. They're also, I assume, going to throw Tyler Lockett straight out there just because he's got, some history and chemistry with Geno. Maybe that'll have an impact as well. If you could just get Geno feeling comfortable again, maybe you might get him to stop having like utter meltdowns where he throws the ball in ridiculous places, which has been a huge part of the issue is Geno Smith's, turnover-worthy play rate is astronomical. It's the volume and magnitude of the ridiculous passes he's attempting. If he just feels comfortable now, Bowers is here. I know where to go with the ball. Tyler Lockett's there. I can hit him as well. I feel okay now. I'm not going to throw the ball straight to a defensive lineman.
I mean, Geno Smith hasn't played well at all.
Terrible.
I'm just saying. But when he's made a bad decision, it's been caught by the defense.
Yes.
Every time. There's no, man, Geno got away with that one this time, right? All the times we say this quarterback, got away with this throw, got away with that throw. Every time Geno makes the bad throw, it gets caught, and it's a back-breaking turnover. In addition to, man, he's just not playing that well.
Yeah.
The bye I thought was interesting because you've got Chip Kelly. What a fascinating career. We're going to wrap it up now. But for people that don't remember, his first NFL offense took the league by storm.
Yeah.
2013. What was the breakout game? Was it against Washington?
I don't remember.
I think it was against Washington on Monday Night Football. May have been, was it week 1? Because he had Vic early that year. Vic got hurt, and then Nick Foles came in, goes 27 touchdowns and 2 picks. Had a 7-touchdown game against the Raiders. All in that first season. That was Chip Kelly's entrance into the NFL. It's this dude's unstoppable.
Yeah.
The next year, he had Mark Sanchez as a backup quarterback, making him look good statistically for the first time in his career. And then it all ran its course. And the whole league caught up to Chip Kelly. And then he goes to UCLA and then wins a national title last year with an offense that evolved, is the point I'm trying to make.
Yes.
Is they had a bad game against Michigan, and then all of a sudden for the playoff, they're like, oh, we have Jeremiah Smith, let's throw to him more often. And they evolved the offense. And so does a bye week for Chip Kelly, Pete Carroll, does it help them evolve something, right? Do they actually create some sort of room in the running game where they're second to last in yards before contact? There's nothing for Genty, no room to run for Genty, but if they get a little bit of room, he's really good. You can see it. So the Raiders are kind of an unknown because I think they've been so underwhelming, but I'd call them more underachieving than just the Titans are overmatched every week, talent-wise. I don't think the Raiders are overmatched talent-wise. So they could come out smoking and feeling, and playing much better these next few weeks than they've been.
Yeah, I mean, the offense, I do think that Brock Bowers coming back healthy should make a huge difference to this offense. Again, he is their number one receiver. They've been without him for basically the entire year. I know he played for a chunk, but when he was playing with that knee brace on his knee, he barely could move. He wasn't Brock Bowers anymore.
This offense is completely different.
It is. It's totally different. So I don't think we should underestimate how big an impact that can make. If you took the best receiver off of any team in the NFL, it makes a massive difference, right? So you should expect this team to be significantly better. I think Tyler Lockett, maybe I'm overstating that, but that might make an impact in terms of just the history that he's got with Geno and making him feel a bit more comfortable. But both those things together might make a serious difference to what he's able to do. And if they are able to pass the ball a bit more, that should hopefully back teams off from the line of scrimmage, give them some more room at the line of scrimmage, and suddenly Ashton Genty's able to go off. I think this offense could and should be better over the second half of the season with certainly Bowers back healthy.
And I lied. These aren't lesser games. I like all the games. I love all the games. There's stories to watch. I'm going to watch all of them and enjoy all of them. Sunday at 4:05. Jags favored by 3. I think I made this my lock of the week, but I have this feeling that the Raiders aren't going to be as disappointing, that they're going to make some changes coming out of the bye. I have this feeling, but because I put it as my lock of the week that's going out on social media.
Can a man batting
already
at
taken the Jags.
30% or whatever have a lock of the week?
Well, yeah, it's called the unlock of the week is what you call it. The unlock of the week.
All right.
No more use for these papers.
We're all taking the Jags.
We're all taking the Jags. Me, you, and Harry.
Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video.
Check the Mic is live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, so be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss a video.
You heard the man. Subscribe.